My Christmas present this year is for both of us. So you're welcome. Hopefully it'll work out for you. Unfortunately, I'm the only one who has to take the technical journey. Hi, I'm Myrna. Thanks for joining me in my studio. This is the last video of 2025. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas holiday with family. I celebrate Christmas. If you don't, the equivalent. So our present this year is a new camera. This one has some features that I was really hoping for. It has a visible screen. It has a good zoom. It has a remote so that I can control it from over here, which will be fabulous. I also acquired a separate mic with, is it called a mic? A separate one that can have a lapel mic and be programmed into the computer. So I'm going to watch the hour-and-a-half video and make all the setting changes in the camera. And hopefully the next video will be filmed with that new camera, but if not, I'm still working on it. Let me tell you about some of my year-end traditions. Not all of these traditions are as important to me as other ones, so depending on what the year looks like, I may or may not do them. I guess that doesn't technically meet the definition of tradition, but that's the way it is. They didn't all develop at once. They developed over time, partly as my life changed. I live alone. I have a fair amount of time. I'm semi-retired, so I can fit more of these things in than I could when I was raising children and busy with the household and school and things like that. The longest tradition I have started in my early 20s. It was the year that I was cleaning my studio right around the new year, and I realized that I had all sorts of projects cut out in fabrics and styles that I didn't like anymore or wasn't going to wear, or because you're, especially at that age, you're constantly learning more things about yourself and also about your skills and abilities. That was the year that I decided to work on only one project at a time. And I have maintained that ever since, and I'm 63, so let's say 40 years. I will move on to another project only if I don't know what to do with the current one, if I don't know how to finish it, or I don't have the skill and ability to do what I think it needs. The longest project I ever had was 15 years. It went from 2004 to 2019, and I'll pop a picture in here so you can see what it is. It was an art piece that I started for a retreat that I went to and just did not have the skills to finish. Otherwise, I will start a second project if the first one cannot be completed, and I will revisit it between projects every time until I figure out what to do with it. So the first tradition is to go through my studio, find if there are any unfinished projects, figure out if I'm actually going to finish them, if I want to move them along, finish them if I can, and if not, put them in a basket that I keep on the dresser over there. So right now it has this sweater t-shirt that I'm working on. It has the dog coat that still needs the button. My dog has several already, so she's not desperate. And it has the shirt that I showed in the last video, because I'm still debating if I want to do something with that. And this is the pattern for the t-shirt. So that is it. That's all the unfinished works in my studio. I edit as I go along, and I realize that if I tell you everything I do in detail, it's going to be a very long video and probably not that exciting. I'll just hit the highlights. Along with checking out the works in progress and what needs to be done, I tidy the studio. Over time that has extended to I clean my house, I do the laundry, I take out all the garbage. I make sure that I enter the new year fresh and organized. One thing that's really important to me, and this started about 15 years ago, is I make a yearly collage. And I did this on Christmas Day. I had breakfast with family in the morning, and then the rest of the day was mine. and I had planned to work on the collage. The question for the collage is always the same. It's basically a prayer where I'm asking God, what does the next year hold? Last year, I did not understand a lot of the collage, and it had to unfold over the year. And that's one of the interesting things that I find about it. This year, I understand almost everything. I'm surprised by one picture, but I understand the whole thing. And I'm excited to see, that's never happened before, so I'm so excited to see what that means, whether it's a year of calm and focus. How I do it is I take the poster size paper, I go through a bunch of magazines and rip out anything that appeals to me. Then I go through those ripped out pages and I cut out specifically the image and phrases and words that resonate. And then I attempt to arrange them on the paper. As I'm arranging them, they edit themselves. Some that I think should be there refuse to go. Some that I don't think are that important and don't particularly need there insist on being on it. And at the end, I have this collection of pictures and words that are about what the next year will hold. I frame it in a poster frame and I put it on the wall right over there by my chair, so you've probably seen it up behind me before. I refer to it over the year just to confirm that I'm doing what I feel I'm meant to be doing and moving in the correct direction. I thoroughly enjoy the meditation and focus and listening and learning of making that collage and then watching it unfold over the year. There's obviously commonalities because my entire life I've been working in textiles in the studio, but there's always surprises. But this year does not have any surprises, and that was the surprise. The cleaning, sorting, organizing is all about not taking any negative energy into the new year. Along with that, I want to make sure that I take positive energy and intention into that year. One of the things I'll be doing quite quickly is painting this wall white or some solid color to get rid of this ugly piece of fabric for photography. And I've noticed how horrible the top of my work island is looking. Get that cleaned up and a fresh cover on my ironing surface. And then the next couple days I will pick what I call the crossover project. It is the project that I want to start in one year and end in the next year, and in a way sets an intention for the kind of sewing that I want to take forward with me into that new year and focus on. You may have already figured out that I'm a bit of an odd duck, and I'm totally okay with that. As I get older, I am enjoying the way that I am and the way that I live my life more and more. And I think that's fabulous. What a gift. I just hope I have a lot of life to really enjoy all these learning experiences. I am incredibly grateful for those of you who have joined me along this journey. I hope that as you cross over into the new year, you're taking positive energy with you, and I will so look forward to seeing you then. Please do comment. I love to hear your thoughts on what I'm sharing, and I'll be learning more. I will never be doing fancy little videos where I show you making coffee in the morning, but I definitely want to get better at the videos I am doing, so feel free to give me a bit of advice on that. Be gentle on me, I'm not very technical. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the new year when I'll tell you all about how I start the new year. Yes, more traditions. See you later.